But right now on the Tech and Auto Show, it's time for some automotive action again, and Manas Sinha has got with himself two bikes. One is an American legend and the other one is a British make. And both of them go head to head up next in our comparison review.
So, you have a budget of about 10 lakh rupees and you want a motorcycle that makes you look good while riding it, has a big engine and is a good motorcycle to ride as well. Till now, the go-to motorcycle has been the Harley-Davidson 1200 Custom. But now Triumph Motorcycles have launched the Bobber, which falls in the same price bracket and takes a different approach to this segment. But is it good enough to challenge the throne of the American? Let's find out.
Let's start with the biggest attraction of the Harley-Davidson 1200 Custom, which has to be its brawny character. Everything about it screams presence on road, and if you ever happen to spot one in your rearview mirror, it will steal your attention and make you look at it for a while. The biggest reason for that is all the chrome that the motorcycle comes loaded with. It gets fat 16-inch wheels at the front, beefy front forks, and chrome-laden part on top of the front headlamp that makes the front end in your face and macho. The story carries on over to the sides as well, as Harley has been generous with the chrome all over it too, and the dual exhausts look mean. At the back, the minimalistic LED tail light completes the package. Overall, the American has the looks to turn heads wherever it goes. But what has to be the best thing about the 1200 Custom is the engine. The 1200cc engine is capable of delivering 96 Nm of torque, and compared to other Harleys, the meat of the power lies higher up in the RPM range. There's some at the lower end too, but the vibrations that creep in will make you want to shift down anyways. Once you are past 3000 RPM, the engine is oh so smooth, and despite having just a 5-speed transmission, the gear ratios are so well laid out that you can ride out on highways for days. In short, the Harley is simply unmatched on the highways.
The Harley-Davidson 1200 Custom is a true cruiser at heart. Show it some wide open roads and the true character of the motorcycle begins to shine. But when you're riding it in the city, there are a few things that you might want to keep in mind.
First and foremost has to be the fact that the 1200cc engine is an air-cooled unit, which means that the traffic jam will not be a place where you would want to find yourself in. The suspension setup on the bike is also a bit on the softer side, and that makes going over potholes trickier than it should be. Making things worse in the city is the absence of ABS. And when you combine all of these factors together, city riding isn't really a joyous affair. And this is where the Triumph Bonneville Bobber begins to make so much more sense. It is powered by a 1200cc engine as well, but this one comes with liquid cooling, making the heat management of the bike in city traffic significantly better. The engine feels a lot peppier with a higher torque output at 106 Nm. Large 19-inch and relatively slimmer wheel at the front makes the motorcycle more agile than the Harley-Davidson, which means carving city traffic is no problem at all. To top it all, there's a suite of electronics on offer as well, like ABS, ride-by-wire, a much more informative instrument cluster, which by the way is tilt adjustable, and there are dual riding modes on offer as well, which are road and rain. As for the looks, the Bobber has a more retro theme going on in a bit to justify the Bonneville in its name tag. It does have a hot rod stance, and there are several classic themed bits like the retro style battery box and the rear wheel hub, which gives off the impression that the bike actually comes with rear drum brakes despite having disc brakes at the back.
So yes, the Triumph Bonneville Bobber steals the limelight, but the 1200 Custom loses its shine. But then no motorcycle is perfect, and neither is this one.
So while the Triumph Bobber makes so much sense in traffic, it doesn't hold a candle when it comes to riding long distances, something that's definitive Harley-Davidson territory. And the reason for that is the design theme. The biggest limiting factor is the single seat setup, which completely eliminates the possibility of having a pillion rider along. And if you don't want to spend on accessories, you'll have to shoulder the luggage throughout your long distance trips. That's not it. The suspension is too hard, and the 9.1 litre fuel tank capacity is just not good enough for long rides, as you'll have to keep stopping for refueling. This is where the 1200 Custom claws its way back and shows you why they called it the throne of the Americans. The riding position of the 1200 Custom is bang on when it comes to relaxed riding. The handlebars sweep back towards the rider by just the right amount. The foot pegs are front set and the seat is wide and low. What this means is that no matter how long you ride for, your feet, wrists, shoulder, back and neck, everything will be fine. The cherry on the cake though is the large 17-liter fuel tank, which makes it a proper mile muncher.
So, at the end of the day, it is a battle of two very similar but quite different motorcycles. The Harley-Davidson 1200 Custom is undoubtedly the king of the highways and is perfect for weekend getaways and long highway rides. The Triumph Bobber, on the other hand, offers versatility and a wider spectrum of usage. But when you put them against each other, the absence of ABS on the Harley-Davidson and the presence of electronic rider aids, more power and torque figures, and a more accessible price tag on the Triumph Bonneville Bobber makes it the bike to go for.
And that's about all the time that we have on this edition of the Tech and Auto Show. If you have any comments, queries or suggestions, feel free to tweet us on our Twitter handles. All you tech lovers out there, you can tweet us at News18Tech, and all you petrol heads, don't forget to tweet us at News_Cars18. We'll see you same time, same place next week, only on CNN News 18.